everyone. In this video I'll be talking about the hydrogen burn-off igniters used for space shuttle launches. So the first question is really, where does the hydrogen come from? And to answer that we have to look at what fuel the space shuttle uses for combustion. So unlike in your car where you use typical hydrocarbon fuel, the space shuttle actually uses liquid oxygen, liquid hydrogen for the fuel in the oxidizer. So if we look at this here, it's a little schematic of the external tank of the space shuttle, which you probably recognize as the big orange tank, which used to be painted white, but now it's the orange foam tank. So the external tank stores the fuel used for the space shuttle main engine. So that's not the rocket boosters on the side. This is the space shuttle main engines that are physically on the orbiter. So in the external tank here, at the top of it we have the liquid oxygen, or LO2, and that's the oxidizer, and the fuel is down at the bottom of the tank, which is liquid hydrogen, or LH2, and then in between it there's a section called the intertank, which is filled with inert helium, just in case there's a leak. The oxygen and the hydrogen won't react with each other in this, and then after the tanks are emptied, I believe the helium is pumped into the chamber so that no crazy explosions take place. So when the space shuttle first starts up, the oxygen and the hydrogen get pumped into each of the three of the space shuttle main engines, or SSMEs, and what happens is, before they are actually started, so before the space shuttle launches off, it's possible that there's hydrogen down here below the actual engines and inside the bells, or the nozzles right here. So if there was hydrogen inside these nozzles and the engines ignited, they'd be igniting fuel rich, which means there'd be more fuel, or the fuel to oxidizer ratio would be higher than they'd want, and you'd get a little explosion, that might destroy the actual nozzle. So what they do is they have these hydrogen burn-off igniters here, which produce these sparks that you might see before launch, a few seconds before launch, and what they do is, or their purpose is to burn off the excess hydrogen that might be down in here and inside the nozzles, so that they don't get that explosion. And another reason is that if they decide to abort the launch, the engine shut down fuel rich, which means that there's more hydrogen, or the hydrogen to oxygen ratio is higher than they'd like it to be, or higher than normal, and the sparks will burn off that extra hydrogen, so you don't get any crazy explosions. Alright, thank you for watching.